Big changes are coming to U.S. immigration policy, and they could affect millions of people from undocumented immigrants to legal permanent residents, DACA recipients, and even U.S. employers. On September 17, 2025, a key piece of legislation, the long-debated Dignity Act, will hit the floor in Washington with updated proposals and real momentum behind it. Alongside that, a new citizenship reform package is being discussed that could finally modernize the outdated naturalization system. So what does all this mean for you, your family, or your community? Let's break it all down. The Dignity Act is not a new bill. It was first introduced back in 2023 as a bipartisan solution to one of the most complex and emotionally charged issues in American politics, immigration. But in September 2025, it's getting fresh attention because both major parties are under growing pressure to fix a broken system before the next election cycle. And the truth is, for the first time in a long time, there's movement. So here's what's inside the Dignity Act and why it matters. First, the Act includes a multi-step pathway to legal status for undocumented immigrants who've been living in the U.S. for at least 5 years, have a clean criminal record, and can demonstrate contributions to their community whether through work, taxes, or service. This would be one of the most significant reforms in decades, potentially impacting over 10 million people currently living in legal limbo. The pathway begins with what's being called the Dignity Program, a 7-year period where individuals must remain employed, pay taxes, and contribute to the community. During this time, they are protected from deportation but must follow strict requirements. After successfully completing this stage, individuals can enter the Redemption Program, which could eventually lead to permanent residency and possibly citizenship, depending on their situation. What's interesting is that the Dignity Act also includes provisions for border security, funding technology, and infrastructure to manage the southern border, which is a key reason why it's drawing support from both sides of the aisle. In other words, it's trying to balance compassion with enforcement, which might be the formula Congress has been waiting for. But let's not stop there. Alongside the Dignity Act, lawmakers are also introducing a citizenship reform package aimed at fixing the long backlog and complexity of the current naturalization process. Right now, it takes most legal residents 8 to 12 years to become U.S. citizens, even if they follow every rule. Under the new reform, the proposal is to streamline the process by reducing wait times through digital case management, increasing funding to USs for faster processing, lowering some of the financial barriers that prevent eligible green card holders from applying, making civics education and English learning more accessible through community partnerships. This could open the door for hundreds of thousands of green card holders who are eligible but haven't applied due to cost, confusion, or delays. And for those on temporary protected status, humanitarian parole, or asylum seekers waiting in legal limbo, these reforms might finally offer more clarity and structure. Now, if you're wondering if this is all just political talk, fair question. Immigration bills often stall. But this time, there's something different: bipartisan sponsorship. Lawmakers from both parties are involved, and polling shows broad public support even among conservative voters for legal status and dignity for long-time undocumented immigrants who work, pay taxes, and obey the law. And with the 2026 midterm elections on the horizon, there's real pressure to deliver something meaningful. Immigration is no longer a fringe issue, it's a top priority for voters, businesses, families, and local governments. What can you do right now if you're someone who might be impacted? Number 1, stay informed. This bill is still in motion. Nothing is law yet. So beware of misinformation or social media posts that say you can apply now. You can't not yet. But what you can do is get your paperwork in order, talk to a trusted immigration attorney or non-profit legal service, and make sure you're ready if these changes become law. Number 2, know your rights. No matter your status, you have legal rights in the U.S. There are protections in place, and if this reform passes, they will be even stronger. Avoid scams and only get legal advice from verified sources. Number 3, speak up. Whether you're a citizen or not, contacting your local representative and voicing your support for humane, fair, and balanced immigration reform does make a difference. Lawmakers do listen when their phones light up and inboxes fill up. And finally, be patient but be ready. We've seen immigration reform come close before, only to stall. But 2025 could be the year something finally breaks through the gridlock. It's complex, it's political, and yes, it's controversial. But for millions of people and for the soul of the country, it's too important to ignore. So, whether you're watching this as an immigrant, a family member, an advocate, or just someone who cares about fairness and progress, now is the time to pay attention. The Dignity Act and citizenship reform could reshape the future of U.S. immigration, but only if we stay engaged and informed.